Social credit score. I'm sure you've heard of it, and today we're going to take a little look. What is it? The social credit score is basically a moral ranking system for social governance. It's a credit rating system to assess an individual or a company's trustworthiness. It was first initiated in 2009, although I think that the idea was born far before. June 8th, 1949, exactly when George Orwell did release the book 1984. That is only my opinion, though. There's multiple different forms being experimented with. They're on apps. People can actually, up till now, people have been able to just sign up if they want to in China. But by the end of 2022, they expect for about 80% of their population to be on this system. At this time, the experimental regulatory bodies that they've been using really rely on mass surveillance and individual whistleblowing. It was introduced by the Chinese Communist Party, and it is being widely supported and also widely criticized. So let's take a look.
So, picture your life in a place where everything you do, what you buy, how you behave, is tracked. The government gives you a score, and the score is a measure of how trustworthy you are as a citizen and determines what you're allowed to do, like ever. Boarding a train, getting a mortgage, all goes back to this score. It's called social credit. It sounds like that show Black Mirror, but it's actually happening in China. So how does that change you? Does it change you? What does your life look like when your every move is watched? The system's eyes are in big data, artificial intelligence, and roughly 200 million surveillance cameras.
All right, so if you're a good law-abiding citizen, you are going to get to enjoy extra discounts, freedom to travel, better jobs, better schools for your kids. But if you are not going to be able to enjoy any of those things. And also, credit cards, flights, buying property, loans. We don't know exactly how it's going to roll out because the nationwide credit system has not been fully implemented in China, so we don't know yet, but this is basically where it's at. You can lose points for things like posting what is deemed as fake news, hanging out with somebody who has differing opinions from the government, jaywalking, maybe you didn't pay a bill, bad driving, playing your music too loud, playing video games too much. Let's take a look.
There's a place called Rongchang. It's in Shandong province. It's orderly. Streets are spotless. Cars slow down, which is unheard of in China. Words like honesty and credibility appear on propaganda posters. Display cases show pictures of Rongchang's most honored citizens. You start with 1,000 points, and you can print out your report anytime. You lose points for things like jaywalking, littering, tossing cigarette butts, or spreading rumors. Cameras do a lot of the surveillance work, but it's pretty analog too, like posters that list the ways you can gain or lose points.
All right, so supporters of this system think that it will regulate social behavior, improve trustworthiness of citizens, promote moral values, increase safety, and it will make it easier for people to make decisions. I'm not sure about that last one unless it's a dating app and you have to produce your score, which you would, and the guy's a 300, so next, not swiping right, swipe left. So the critics say that it's overstepping privacy and human rights, infringes legal rights, militia groups may form against whistleblowers, fake reporting, you break up with somebody and people are making fake reports about them, conflicting info, the possibility of it leading to totalitarianism. Again, there's another reference to George Orwell, and creating classes of citizens by solely their social credit score.
And each night, local TV shows the surveillance highlights of the day. And then there's Joe Aini. She's an information collector, a paid enforcer who walks around and writes down deeds about her neighbors. Like the man who carried a drunk person home. Things like this are good deeds, she said. But the farmer overheard swearing and being rude. Yeah, bad deeds. Her quota is 10 a month.
Right, so public shaming and tattletaling. Not for me. All right, so I had a really good clip in here. It was from Black Mirror, but I've run into copyright issues, so I can't actually post it. Black Mirror is on Netflix. Season 3, episode 1 is called Nosedive, and it is a story about a girl and the social credit system. It's fascinating. She is a law-abiding, very straight-laced, hard-working girl, and basically one wrong move and everything just spins completely out of control. So worth the watch if you want a little bit more information. But I'm just gonna carry on with the video now.
So what do you do if you have bad social credit? Well, for one, you talk about it on Weibo, which is like Twitter. There are forums for discredited people to vent and get advice. In Chongqing, we hooked up with Huang Huijun. He had a business until he was sued by a client, and Huang refused to pay 90 grand to settle it. So the court put him on a social credit blacklist, and things got way worse. He explains that being blacklisted means he can't buy airplane or train tickets. When he tries, a message pops up saying he's discredited. By the end of last year, blacklisted people were blocked from booking 23 million flights and 5 million high-speed train trips. And the list goes on. Being discredited makes it hard to get a job, a loan, a hotel room, or put kids in certain schools. Then there's the public shaming. Photo galleries of blacklisted citizens. There's even an app that shows who around you is in debt.
All right, I got a quote here from Mike Pence, former U.S. Vice President. He says China aims to implement an Orwellian system premised on controlling virtually every facet of the human life. Other quotes were sinister totalitarianism. And again, the Orwellian connection is George Orwell. My concern here, China has 1.4 billion people. If China is completely on this system, that's roughly 20% of our population. Is it not long until all of us are imposed on the system? How does this system link in with Agenda 2030 and the Great Reset? Are they connected? There's a lot of questions here, and I'm actually going to be diving into all sorts of other topics, and I want to get your input. So let me know what you think.